Let's do a walkthrough of how to create the drill block model and how to create a drawing for it. I'm going to go ahead and start off by creating a sketch. I'm going to choose the XZ work plane, and I'm going to go ahead and just create a 2-point rectangle. The overall height of this rectangle is going to be 2 inches, and the overall width is 5. Go ahead and finish the sketch. The overall depth on this is going to be 3 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. Now, in order to start to set the holes into this, there's a couple different ways that we're going to kind of work through it. I'm going to go ahead and select create a sketch first and pick the front face. One way that I can do it is I'm just going to go ahead and create by setting in 2 points. I'm going to do the first 2 holes. I'm going to select a point. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop these 2 just onto the face. Now, I know if I run the sketch dimension tool from the bottom to the point here, we want these to be at 1 inch. And I can always use the horizontal vertical constraint to kind of lock these 2 in at 1 inch. Now from the left side, the first hole is going to be 0.75 away. And then from the center of this hole to the next one, it's going to be 1 inch. So right now those points have turned black, which means they have all the dimensions needed in order to fully constrain them. So we're going to finish the sketch, and I'm going to go ahead and select the hole command. The hole command then, if you look at the menu, says that we're going to either select a face or sketch points. So I'm going to pick the first sketch point to do the first hole. And you can see it kind of sets in a preview, but I'm going to go ahead and make some of the changes by reading the hole note. So right now I can see that this tap type, or the hole type I should say, is a counter bore. The tap type is going to be simple, no threads on this. And then what this is going to do is it's going to be a blind hole, so it only goes down a certain distance. So the overall depth of the hole itself is going to be 2 inches. You can see that where it adjusts here in the preview. The counter bore's diameter is going to be 0.75. The depth of that counter bore is going to be 0.5. And then here, as far as some of the, we're going to leave the drill point in there. And the diameter of the hole is going to be 0.5. So you can see how that adjusts there. And I'm going to go ahead and select OK. So that right there is going to show, I'm going to hold my shift key and rotate. There I can see my hole in there and be able to see that. Okay. So the next hole, though, as you can see, is we lost the sketch point when we selected OK on the hole command. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to the sketches folder. And I'm going to go ahead and on sketch 2, which I'm going to go ahead and turn that eyeball on so that way I can see those sketch points once more. I'm going to grab the hole command. I'm going to select that second sketch point. It's a little different hole. It's a countersink hole. So I'm going to choose countersink for the option. And I'm going to go and have it go all the way through. So because it is a through hole. The diameter of that countersink is 1 inch. It's going to have an 82 degree taper. And it's going to be 0.5 through. So actually most of this is going to look good. And I'm going to go ahead and say OK. Now I'm going to go over here and hide sketch 2. So that way I can get rid of those sketch points and I can collapse that sketches folder. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this around so that way I can kind of see what the holes look like. Here's a really cool feature. If I go ahead and put this kind of in this view here, so I can actually go up here into inspect and go down to something called section analysis. I can run a real-time section view right here inside the model. So I'm going to pick this front face. I'm going to drag this plane back in about a little over about 1 inch or so, because this is about 2 inches in depth. And if I select OK, I can actually see the inside of this. It's like a cutaway, and to be able to see what this looks like. And this is what the inside of it looks like for a counter bore and a countersink hole. So it's a pretty cool little feature. I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the analysis folder, and I'm going to just toggle that eyeball off so that way I can, kind of focus on doing the rest of these. All right, our third hole, I'm going to actually, so we can use sketches. We can also just go into the create panel. I can just go in here and grab hole, and I can just click on a face and drop a hole right there on the face. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick from the top edge. So we're going to go ahead and make that 1 inch. I'm not going to select enter, but I'm also going to go ahead and take a look at what are some of the other features that I need to know. Well, I need to know from the left edge here, how far away is our particular hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just actually kind of just let Fusion do a lot of the work. So I know it's 0.75 plus 1.00 plus another 1.25. And Fusion's going to do all that math for me, and that helps me locate where those holes are going to be. Now, in this case, this is going to have a tap type, so I'm going to actually change this to a simple hole, and it's going to have a tapped feature. And then right now I'm going to scroll down until I see this menu, is that we want a 1/2 inch. We want the designation to be 1/2-13 UNC. We want it to be a 1B, and we want it to go all the way through, which if I just go ahead and say through all, that'll go ahead and take care of that. So there we have all of our settings. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And now you're going to see there's some threads in there on this hole right there. Okay. So our last hole type, I'm just going to grab the hole command. I'm going to go ahead and click to place it. Again, I'll choose the top edge. I'm going to make this 1 inch. I don't want to hit enter. And I'm going to go ahead and pick from that left side. Again, I'm going to do just plus point. I'm going to do 0.75. You can see where it's throwing it in the middle of that other hole. Plus 1.0, plus 1.25, plus another 1.25 to locate where this hole is. This one here is just going to be, in this case, on the extents, it's not going to be a through hole. It's not going to have threads, but it does have a counterbore in it. And so that counterbore depth, the overall is just going to be 1 inch for the depth. The counterbore's diameter, 0.375. The depth of that counterbore, 0.25. And then the overall diameter, 0.25. And then I'm just going to go ahead and select OK. That's going to go ahead and get us our whole block all modeled and everything good to go. And again, I can always check if I turn on the analysis feature. I can go ahead and change that and look and see what are all the different hole types that I should have going on right here inside of this model. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that analysis tool off. This is going to finish up how to create the whole block model. In another video, we'll go ahead and take a look at how to create the drawing to properly document the design of this whole block.